no oil, diesel. This fucker smokes exactly the same for the first 7 seconds, but that's mechanical pump. So what happens, because of the big elements, the pump adjustments and all that stuff, on a cold start, as soon as you fire up, it has more diesel that it can burn. And then after 7-10 seconds roughly it clears. This is obviously electronically controlled injection. I don't have a big injectors, they standard ones, so they shouldn't smoke. However, what we found out, this is only on a cold start. When the tank is low, so the ECU says, okay, this is a cold start, we have to give more fuel. It exaggerates. Now, I don't know if these are the settings inside the ECU, because are both are different ECU that's supposed to have. Let me step out here so you can hear me better. So the ECU has a different map for the cold start, or I don't know, he just added more fuel in overall everywhere, including the cold start, and it's too much. I got no idea. Hold on. It could even be a temp sensor faulty, saying showing to ECU is minus, I don't know, 50 or something like this, or the way around. I got no idea. I did try to disconnect it, it didn't make any difference, but that could be tricky because I'm not sure how intelligent these ECUs are. It may be the case of, okay, the sensor is disconnected, what is the last reading? Because that is the most reliable thing we've seen. And it says, yeah, last reading is minus 50, so it doesn't matter if you disconnect or not. Again, I don't know, it could be the case. I still don't have the OBD plugged in, which I know I should do it, but then I can actually see the diagnostics and see what's going on. But yeah, we have to figure this out. This is one of the issues. Not big, to be honest. It has to go for mapping anyway, so we have to sort out all this stuff anyways. There are a couple more, but let me warm this bastard up and then we go through all this stuff. You know what, I feel I'm ashamed because I didn't wash this car. This car is really beautiful. She's got no scratches, nothing. She really looks good. And I drove in the workshop after this being driven during the winter. A lot of dirt on the roads, and I left it very, very dirty. All you can see is my cat's bones, you see? That's my cat jumping on the car when I arrive home. I'll show you a picture of it. He waits for me as soon as I arrive, no matter what time. If it's early or very late at night, he waits for me, jumps on the bonnet of the car, look at me straight into the eyes, say, come on cunt, I'm hungry, let's go home, I'm hungry, give me food. People think, you know, he's very cute, you know, jumps on a bonnet and waits for you. No, the bastard just wants food. However, that's the proof, you know, all of it. However, let me warm this bastard out and up, and we go through all this stuff. I like it. She's back on the wheels now. Oh, and by the way, yes, this is the original wheel, but obviously it's a bit dirty. Let me just grab something quickly to show you how they are. There you go, because they're pretty new. This is how it should look like. And this is a spare one, the one I bought with a mistake, because as you know, I've ordered one because I wanted it next day, and well, yeah, happened what happened. However, she's back on the wheels. She actually drives. I can actually take it on the block if I want to. I got all the gears, clutch, brakes and everything, but there are a couple of issues. Let me warm this up and I get you through them. So there you go. Once this thing is warm, not even warm, because the temp gauge just started to go on. There you go, it's just above there. There's pretty much no smoke. Everything is good. There's a bit of an oil leak here, but it's because this is not sealed there for some reason. See, it leaks around. About that, it's going good. No leaks, nothing. breather. Everything seems alright. Almost. And explain why. These are very nice. Let's put it back in the workshop and let's see over here so you can see it. Yeah, we can turn it off. Ooh. Right. So, well, finally you can see it with the normal light. Oh no, this is crap. What I'm doing. So yeah, this is how it looks like. It is alright, but we have a couple of issues. Now, what's going on with this? Sorry for that. Yeah, it's quite cold today. Yesterday was nice and warm, today is freezing. So now in overall this was probably the easiest engine swap conversion I ever done. Everything felt right in place. As you know, I had that K24 in with the turbo was waiting there, and this engine was actually in the car. There was few issues you see in the previous videos. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, go check it out. It's all explained. I'm not gonna go through this again because it's gonna be too boring. Essentially, as you know, I fitted this engine in because Steve was like, you know, you're always gonna bother me, you're always gonna be, oh, what if, just try it. I mean, take that engine out and put this one in just to test it. It only takes 10 minutes, so I did it. And I found out the engine mounts were exactly in the position they should be, but again, you've seen this in the previous videos. From there, everything went down the hill, like in a sense of a very easy everything. The gearbox fits perfectly, the drive shaft, it was actually very easy to build, the hybrid ones, and the turbo position, and everything was just working out perfectly, and it still did till the very end. Electrics are very simple on these engines. They look complicated because the ECU is wired up with the clocks and the immobilizer as well, but once you remove the clocks, once you have the immobilizer deleted from the ECU, you only remain with only a couple of wires. Ooh, touch myself on this little bastard, which, well, kind of smashed. So you end up only with a couple of wires. You start with something like this. This is the original Toyota engine, which I had to remove a couple of wires for the sensors. So I got some of my original clocks working, like temp sensor and all that stuff. But yeah, Volkswagen has probably like twice the amount of wires like this. But once you finish with it, you end up with a bunch of wires like this, only a few of them. So it's definitely worth doing that. It is a pain in the ass if you don't like electrics, like I don't. But it's definitely worth doing that. And so it's very simple in that way. If you're confident with electrics or you're having fun with electrics, it's going to be a very rewarding job because it's nice progress and you improve the stuff massively. Now, gear linkage, it was extremely easy as well. I'm going to show you now what I'm in, and it works beautifully. Honestly, the gears goes in very easily. Now, I'm not going to shift it now because without the clutch, without the clutch, you're not going to see it nicely, probably. But honestly, there you go, 56, there you go. Very simple. And quick, which I'm very happy with, because the standard Toyota gearbox is a very wonk and for changing gears, and you just cannot change them quick. It's like it really bothers you, you know, because it's very underpowered engine, and at least you can do is just rev it high, you know, you get excited about the noise it makes for the 15 horsepower that it produces, and you want to go through the gears. and won't even allow you that. So these are beautiful cars. They're really awesome. They handle just great, but the engine and the gearbox is just, you know, no. Now back to us on this conversion. It's very easy. I fitted the ECU here because otherwise the standard ECU is behind the let me show you. It's here, it's over there, but obviously it's behind the seats, and that's not a problem because the standard seats, they can move forward, they can incline, and you have plenty of access there. But once you put the bucket seats like I did, unfortunately you can't move them forward, and you will have to remove them from the rails, which is pain in the ass because it is quite tight inside there. So just in case I have to remove the ECU for any reason, I left it on this side. So I made the wiring that suits here. Well, my wiring is not really, you see, this is, for me, this is actually tight, clean for my standards of on wiring. So yeah, disclaimer, my wiring is stable, always been stable, nice and strong, never issues. It just looks rubbish. But this is with electrics, you know. If electricians see my wiring, you'll be like, oh no, this has to be redone. Well, calm your horses. Never had any issues for years and years and years, you know. So they do work. They do look ugly, yes, absolutely. And I have no patience to make it nice and neat. I never did, but it is stable. So I never had any problems from my dodgy electrics. Anything else? You can see where these engines usually, obviously this is the back of the car usually, and that's the front of the car. So what you can see from the car is the alternator and oil filter housing. When you open the bonnet, which is reversed, you never see the plenum, you never see the turbo. What that means is that usually this is a bulkhead, okay, and the engine is in there, and that's front of the car. So all of this space is very tight. In my case, is the other way around, and this engine having the turbo, the exhaust and the inlet from the same on the same side, which is old school, but it's proven to be very efficient and working in this case, is great because it gives me tons of space. I mean, to work on it, the plenum, the turbo, the downpipe, you know, where in my case the entire exhaust for now is all here, and you can work on this thing easily. Now, as for the forward there, the alternator can be removed from here, no problems. Yesterday, because I have the issue I'm gonna tell you now about it, I changed the thermostat, and it's possible. You can put your hands there, look at it, and you can work on it. Oh, actually I didn't connect my alternators, so when I had it running now, I was just discharging the battery and I lost the plug. Oh, there it is. See, I can actually show you how it's easy to work on it. That's my alternator plug, one wire, that's enough to fire it up. There you go, good boy. So that's very easy. Changing the belt as well, the tension is here, you can remove it from here without removing the probably without removing this mount. You can change the belt, and that's it. It's just simple. This engine seems to be a perfect swap for this chassis. And it just works. It actually works and sits better, and you can actually work on this engine way better than a K24. K24 is slightly bigger, I would say, once it's in the car. The plenum is in the front of there, so you get the plenum is over there, which is obviously alternator. You probably cannot remove it inside the car without removing engine mounts. I did it, and I had to swing the bottom of the engine backwards. It is possible. I'm not saying it's a bad conversion. It's possible. It's very tight. They use pretty much solid engine mounts, very hard ones, because there isn't much engine movement allowed inside the engine bay. Otherwise, it will just hit everywhere. I mean, I can put my hands between my bulkhead and the alternator and do this. Look at that. That's probably an inch easily space available there. With the K24, that wasn't the case at all. You couldn't put your fingers between the alternator and the bulkhead. It was very, very close here. That being said, I'm not saying this is the wrong conversion. This is a beautiful conversion for the mk3. And if this wasn't purely my daily and a fun car to use every day, I would stick with the K24. If this was a truck use or just fun car or just race supercars, because that is to be honest, this engine in this chassis, And one of these beautiful things, yeah, with one of these beautiful manifolds, it gives you so much possibilities. I mean, it's like from standard like 400 or 500 brakes up to over 1,000 brakes on the race fuel. You know, once you force the engine inside and all the stuff, it's possible. And these cars, they can go down to, well, now it's gonna be just over 900 kilograms because I already made this lighter. Even though I have this engine which weighs 10 kilograms more than the original one, only 10, that's it. I removed this huge exhaust, which, if you've seen the videos before, weighs loads, like loads. I can't remember, but it was about 30 kilograms or something like this, if I'm not wrong. So I removed 30 kilograms, I added 10, I'm lighted 20 kilograms on the back. So that's good, that's very good. Also on the front you can remove the spare wheel, which is steel one. It is a small one, but it's heavy. I don't have anything on the front now, let me show you. I have to open the bonnet anyway, well, the bonnet, or the hood for you Americans, or the spare wheel compartment. This could be transformed into luggage, into space to put you whatever you want. But yeah, once you remove all that stuff, you save, I don't know how much, but quite a lot. The wheel is somewhere, I don't know where I put the wheel. Where did I put the wheel? In the middle of the scrap. Oh, there. Ooh, hello. Yeah, this is, it's actually, no, it's not that heavy. It's probably 15 kilograms or 20. I don't know. I thought it was heavier than this. However, yes, you can make them very, very light, and you know, they're just awesome. However, in these applications, if I like this engine in this chassis, which I already know I do, well, let me test it first, but not jump to the conclusion. But I think I'm gonna like it. Then I'm gonna push this engine a bit more. People run these engines, I think, up to somewhere in the mark of 400 brakes and tons of torque. It's something this light is gonna be ridiculous. And that's a bit before nitrous. If you put nitrous, I've seen people running, well, I haven't seen them, but they claiming to run just over 500 brakes and stuff like this. So, well, no, actually I've seen a few. And they do 1/4 of a mile with the, and exit speeds between 140, 150 miles an hour. So that's quite respectable. That's quite all right. And all of them in front-wheel drive cars. Yes, they're very light, but front-wheel drive cars. But that being said, on the prep surface doesn't really count because, you know, it's a very sticky. But on the road, on unprepped surface, this car will definitely make a difference because it's rear-wheel drive, rear-mounted engine, and these cars, they're very known to grip as hell. I mean, they shoot forward like four-wheel drive cars for some reason. I don't know. Even people running like 700-800 brakes with K20s, K24s turbo, they just, you see them just like bang, go off the line. It's incredible. Well, check out Booster Boys on YouTube. They got them up to the old one, which is heavier, longer, and all the stuff, and it just pulls the wheelies. But it is incredible the way they grip they put the power down. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna be beautiful. So whatever engine you put in this is just great, I'm sure. Obviously with the K24, again, bigger possibilities, right? But as a daily, I think this is gonna be great because don't forget, these engines, they return 50-60 miles per gallon in the Golf, which is, I don't know, 500-600 kilograms heavier, four-wheel drive. This is much lighter, and I'm pretty sure it's going to return even better MPG, which is not really the main goal. But if you use a car daily and do a lot of miles like I do, yeah, it does make quite a difference, you know. It makes everything simple and cheap, which turns into be very good fun because you have a fun car, doesn't require much maintenance, doesn't break often, and it costs you pennies to run. Both for maintenance and for fuel, and also if you break something, these engines, they're cheap. You can pick them up for 100 quid. You know what I mean? Good luck to pick up one of those for 100 quid. No chance, you need a grand. And gearbox exactly the same. And they're both gonna break the gearboxes. I mean, if you break this box, 50 quid, 100 quid. If you break one of the EP3 boxes, yeah, good luck with that. At least 600-700 quid. Well, you can find them maybe cheaper, but again, you know, it's different. Camshaft for this 300 quid, cams for that 300 quid is for the shipping. You need 900,000 quid, or for the good one about 1,200-1,300 quid. So again, it all depends, your consumption price. You can have 600 bricks out of this, but you spend tons of money, or you have 400 bricks out of that and you spend pennies. So for daily use, that was definitely a good decision. I can't take it back down the road, because one thing I haven't done yet, because I wanted it before taking the car off the ramp, is to make that last engine mount. Because we know with this traction, with this torque, I'm gonna rip the engine mount, the T-bone called, the one on the bottom. So I have to make the front one. I'm not gonna take it down the road because I'm not gonna get excited. I'm gonna floor it and gonna rip it off. So I do that before I'm taking it on the road, even around the block, because no chance I'm gonna drive it slow. I can lie to myself, that's not gonna happen. I will floor it the minute I'm out the road. So let's be safe. All right, I'm gonna wait till this warms up. I'm gonna get some silicone holes, this one here, from the back from the engine to the front, because I need to put one of these, and hopefully we can see over scale. Maybe, I don't think so, not with this turbo. That's the nipple from here, has to go inside where the wiring is, up to obviously somewhere there. Yeah, this dash doesn't really give you many options to go inside and put the gauges, but I'll figure something out. I'm sure it's gonna be something dodgy, just temporary. I'm just gonna put it on and say, I'm gonna sort it out tomorrow, next week, and then I'm gonna leave it for years permanently. My typical, really. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, I only got 2 minutes left on the memory card, so I have to be quick. It works, it bloody works, everything okay. The only thing is the needle goes slightly over the half, so this engine probably operates a slightly higher temp than the petrol original one. So that makes me confused, because the fans was always on before the thermostat actually opens. But what I did, I put the engine on the load by putting in third or fourth gear. I'm gonna do it now, I'll show you. Made some load, heat it up. I had the fans disconnected. It heated up, not overheated. I went up the front, and both pipes on the radiator was nice and hot, both the same temp nearly. Put the fans on, the temp drops straight away to there, and seems to be very stable there. Now I'm gonna try to heat it again. I put it in fourth. I will really cook the brakes doing that, because what you do, you put your front on brakes a little to generate some load. That's the boost gauge, you can see it. Just make sure you do see it. There you go.